Psalm 37:4 offers a promise. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. We often focus on the second part, getting what we want, but the real secret is in the first, delighting in God. God isn't a vending machine waiting for our good behavior. He invites us into relationship, not transaction. The joy is not in what he gives, but in who he is. Imagine loving someone just for their gifts. How empty that would be. God wants us to enjoy his presence, to find our happiness in him alone. When we do, everything changes. The promise isn't about getting our wish list, it's about discovering that having him is the deepest desire of our hearts. He is the creator, the author of our story. The treasure isn't what he gives, it's himself. When we delight in him, we find a joy that circumstances can't shake. This is the invitation, not to get more, but to want more of him. The verse is a map, and the X marks the heart of God. In finding him, we find everything. The secret is not in the getting, but in the delighting. And that changes everything. What does it mean to delight in the Lord? It's more than duty or obedience, it's joy. It's seeing God's goodness in the ordinary, a sunrise, a kind word, a quiet moment. Delighting is a choice, a practice. The world tells us to chase fleeting pleasures, but God offers lasting joy. We learn to delight by opening his word as a love letter, not a rule book. We notice his presence in daily life, in laughter, in rest, in small blessings. Delighting is whispering thanks in the chaos, singing praise in the car, pausing to breathe in his grace. It's not about ignoring pain, it's about finding God even in the struggle. Our delight is not in circumstances but in him, our constant, unchanging anchor. This practice frees us from chasing what doesn't last. It's the art of seeing the sacred in the ordinary. Even in tears we can find joy in his presence. He is our rock, our anchor, our unshakable joy. To delight in him is to hold on to what can never be taken away. Our satisfaction is found in the one who made us and loves us. This is not a burden, but a gift. Delighting in God is the path to true joy. It's a daily invitation to see him everywhere, and to know deeply that he is enough. Here's the beauty. When we delight in God, our desires change. What once seemed essential fades. God doesn't just erase old wants, he gives us new ones. Like a loving parent guiding a child from candy to real nourishment, he shapes our hearts. Our spiritual taste buds are transformed. We begin to want what he wants, love, justice, grace. Our ambitions shift from self to service, from comfort to compassion. God's desires become ours, and they're better than anything we imagined. This isn't losing ourselves, it's discovering who we're meant to be. We find purpose in his will, joy in his ways. The desires he gives aren't burdens, they're invitations to abundant life. He plants in us a longing for what truly matters. Fulfilling these desires brings a satisfaction the world can't match. In him our hearts find their true home, and that is the miracle of delighting in the Lord. Worship is the language of delight. It shifts our focus from what we lack to God's abundance. In worship, we lift our eyes from our needs to his sufficiency. True worship isn't just singing, it's gratitude, service, awe. In these moments we remember, God is provider, healer, source of all good. Our emptiness fades in the light of his fullness. Worship declares, God is enough. Even if he gives nothing more, his presence is our treasure. Our prayers shift from asking for things to asking for more of him. We realize what we have in him outweighs what we lack. Worship opens our hearts to his sufficiency. Contentment is found not in getting more, but in knowing we already have everything in him. The gaps in our lives are filled by his grace. We are not lacking, we are lavishly loved. Worship is resting in that truth, and in that rest, we find peace. So we return to the promise, take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. This isn't a contract, it's a love story. God wants to share his heart with us, to fill us with desires that lead to life. There's a joy that doesn't depend on circumstances, a joy found in him. When he is our greatest treasure, our hearts are full. The fulfillment he offers is deep, lasting, and real. You don't have to be perfect. Just start looking for him in the small moments. Let him transform your desires. Trust that what he gives is better than anything you could imagine. The secret isn't getting what you want, it's wanting him. When God is your desire, your heart is already full. Every other blessing is just icing on the cake. The cake is him. Find your delight, your joy, your fulfillment in his love. For when you have him, you truly have everything.